Welcome to the Next Level podcast. This show is for leaders, builders, and bold thinkers who know they're meant for more and are finally ready to stop waiting and start moving. The Next Level Lab is where confidence meets clarity, where identity turns into action, and where bold decisions create real momentum. Here we'll talk about leadership, growth, energy, mindset, and what it actually takes to build a life and a business that feel aligned, powerful, and totally yours. You'll hear real conversations, real stories, real strategies. No fluff, no playing small, and no waiting until you feel ready. This podcast is your permission to lead louder, move faster, and own your next level. I'm your host, Callie Wiley. Let's freaking go. Welcome back to another episode of the Next Level Lab podcast. You guys, I'm back in my groove. We're podcasting. We're doing all the things. The book is rolling. The book is announced. We're booking tour. We're doing all these things. And I'm back in my podcast groove. And I want to talk about something that has really been a topic lately in my world. And that is this fear of being too much. Really, it starts from not even just being a fear, right? It starts because we're told constantly that we're too much. We're too loud. We're too much. We're too bossy. We have too many dreams, too big of dreams, too much. And I want to break this fear of being an inconvenience. And a lot of people that I know really are struggling with this feeling of being needy, right? We're apologizing too much. We're shrinking ourselves. We're keeping others comfortable. And that's really what this comes down to, is we do things to make other people more comfortable, right? We dress so that people feel more comfortable. We do things so that people feel more comfortable. You guys, I did a lot of things, right? I didn't speak my mind. I didn't say how I was feeling. I covered up my tattoos. I dressed differently because I didn't want to make other people uncomfortable. I would agree with people because I didn't want to make someone uncomfortable. And this really comes from our childhood, right? Just having this conditioning of being easy, don't ask for too much, having these social expectations, and just going with the flow, right? Just going with the flow. And I'm a pretty go with the flow person a lot of the times, but there are times that we have to stand up for ourselves, right? We have to stand up for ourselves. And this starts to show up in our everyday life. We over apologize. We don't ask for help. I was just talking to a friend this morning about how we want to just do things solo, right? And then we found this group of people that let us be who we are. And now I get to work with this team of people to chase really big dreams. We don't have to apologize. We can all say exactly what we want to say. We can all be exactly who we want to be, and that's celebrated, right? So we start asking each other for help, and that's really cool, right? We avoid speaking up at work and in our relationships. We avoid saying things. We over-explain. We over-educate ourselves because we're afraid of being too much. We're afraid of being ourselves. And when we start to do this, we start to play small and we start to get really burned out because, you guys, being someone else is exhausting. Playing somebody else is exhausting. Being someone else as a personality, super tiring. Feeling like you need to be in someone else's world, and this fear of judgment and this fear of not being who you are is exhausting. And when I think about my burnout, I had nothing to do with the number of hours I was putting in or the work I was doing or my workload. Because y'all, I'm an entrepreneur. Now I work 7 days a week all the time and I freaking love it. What was draining me was being someone I wasn't. Speaking and being branded as someone I wasn't. Being the voice that someone I wasn't. And I was doing this because I was just trying to be easy. I was trying to go with the flow. I was trying to stay within the lines. I was trying to keep other people happy because I was tired of being called too much. And it was tiring to be called too much because then it was killing my confidence. And I was sitting in this state of just being, right? And I started to resent other people around me. When I started being in this circle of being too much. And if I didn't fit in exactly, I started to resent everyone around me because anytime someone said you're too much, you're too loud, you have too many opinions, you have too much empathy, you have too much of whatever, it starts to get really hard and you start to resent people. And then you start missing opportunities, you start missing connections, relationships become one-sided, and that gets really, really challenging. It gets really, really challenging. And we have to start reframing this, right? We have to start reframing this, that needs are normal. Needing help is normal. Doing things in a community is normal. Doing things together is normal. So when we talk about this book, I'm being very open about not being able to do this on my own. And ghostwriters are often left completely uncredited, right? You see this all the time. Speakers get on stage and they say, I wrote a book. I'm a published author. Bullshit. So many authors out there have a ghostwriter that's going uncredited. And people are standing up on stages and saying, I'm a published author. And y'all, I couldn't have done this without a team. I couldn't have done this without Kennedy writing for me, because if you follow me on social media, I can't even write an Instagram caption. And it's really important to me that people are getting that credit, because I don't want her to feel too small, right? If I take her credit now, I'm saying you're too much, where there's stage for both of us. It can still be my story. I can be really proud about that. I can speak about that. I'm a professional speaker, and she gets to be a professional writer, and there's space for both of us. And that's not needy. That's giving both of us this ability to have our flowers. It's giving both of us the ability to say, we're both really talented at this, and we can still be too much, right? We don't have to worry about that. We both have the space. We can both be main character energy. We can both take the credit, which is really powerful, right? And now we start to open more doors because we're giving everyone their flowers, and we're sitting in this space that we're allowed to be who we are. And we're allowed to celebrate that. And everyone gets credit, and everyone rises to the freaking top. And we start to communicate better, and you start to see this all unfold. Being clear is respectful. Being clear is not a resentful thing. So when we're trying to hide ourselves and make ourselves smaller, all you're doing is disrespecting yourself. Every time you make yourself smaller, you're disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting yourself at the cost of somebody else. So you're trying to respect someone else's feelings. You're trying to respect someone else's being, their wealth, their success, all these things. And in the process, you're losing yourself. And you guys, I sat in this space for years where I lost myself because I wanted other people to feel good and not hurt and not stressed. And I did it at the expense of myself. So I want you guys to start leaning into this, right? Here's what we can do. Simple things. You can start replacing sorry with direct language all the time. I'm sorry that I'm bothering you. Sorry to reach out. So sorry to bother you again. So sorry to inconvenience you. Y'all, don't be freaking sorry. If you're reaching out because you need help, you need a friend, you need support, you need coaching, you need someone else, stop fucking saying sorry. Call me and say, hey girl, do you have a minute? Hey girl, I need a minute of your time. Don't start with sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry for having needs. Don't be sorry for needing community. Don't be sorry for showing up as who you are. Don't trauma dump on someone and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I just did that. No, the other person better freaking be receiving you well, or they're not your people. I've had this happen. People will call. I have a lot of people that reach out to me about grief because I've been in this situation, right, where I've experienced a lot of death, and they will just let it all on. They'll end with, I'm so sorry that I just told you all that. Why? Why are you sorry? You're not, and you shouldn't be, because you needed that person to hold space for you. So stop being sorry. Stop being sorry for things that you don't need to apologize for, right? I want you to start practicing one small ask a day. Lean into your team. Lean into your people. Lean into your community. If you do not have the people you can ask for, support, love, listening, empathy, anything at all, find a new fucking circle. I talk about this all the time. And if you go back to other episodes, I talk about how to find that circle. Y'all, I found half of my circle on TikTok. Literally found half my circle on TikTok because I said, these are the people I'm looking for. I'm going to build this table. I'm going to build this table, this room, this environment. Half the people that I love the most, I've never met in real life. Now I have. I've gotten to meet a lot of these people in real life, and it's really freaking cool. And now we've all become like family. It's wild. It's wild. You have to start asking for help. You have to start leaning into one small ask a day. One small ask a day. Notice when you're minimizing yourself. I want you to hold space for when you minimize yourself. Identify it. Identify when you are trying to make yourself smaller in a room, not take up too much space, not talk too much, not be too much, not act like you're just too much. Be less humble. Be less fucking humble. You earned a seat at the table. You're doing cool shit. Be less humble. Be so fucking proud of what you're doing and stop worrying that it's going to offend someone. I have a lot of clients that come to me, and one of the things that we talk about is feeling shame around success because we want to be known as humble. We want to be known as humble, and I think that there's space for being humble. But y'all, some of the people that I roll with are the most hardworking, incredible people in the world. Go freaking brag about what you're doing. Brag about your multi-million-dollar business. Drive the nice car because you worked your freaking ass off for it. Who cares? Be a little less humble. I want you to be a little less humble. I want you to celebrate your wins. I want you to post about your wins. And if the people that are following you don't celebrate them, wrong people. Period. If people support your success, it's not going to diminish theirs. And in fact, if you look around my table, you look at the people I spend the most time with, we fiercely celebrate each other. We fiercely celebrate each other. We fiercely love each other. Anyone in my immediate circle that I work with all the time, I say I love you because I freaking love the people that I get to do live with. And you don't always have that chance again, right? If you love people and you care about them, you care about their families, you care about their success, you care about their support, you're proud of them, I'm going to tell you I love you. You guys, I'm an overuser of the word I love you, and I don't care. I don't care because that's how I show up for my people. I'm a words of affirmation girl through and through. Be there for your people, right? If you're around people that are minimizing you, you need new people. If you're around people that are posting on social media poorly about you, you need new people. I don't stand up for that kind of stuff. I don't deal with it. That's a one-way street to Block City for me, right? I'm not doing it. I'm around people that lift me up. I'm around people that I can ask for help. I'm around people that I can say, hey, what about this idea? I'm around people that carry me through, and I do the same for them. I'm going to celebrate my people loudly. And you should be more mindful that when you start talking about your successes and someone tears you down, wrong room, wrong table, wrong room and wrong table. People should be celebrating you. People should be celebrating you. It's going to help you not feel like you need to minimize, right? I want you to start using affirmations. If you follow me on social media, if you don't, you should. My handle is It's Callie Rain on Instagram. I do daily affirmations for a reason. And it's going to change how you think. It's going to change how you operate. It's going to change how your mind believes in itself, right? We're going to believe anything we say, so why don't you say something freaking positive? If you tell yourself every single day, I struggle deeply with body dysmorphia, y'all, I'm a hater in the mirror about my body, about my looks, everything about it, I'm a hater. I can convince myself that I'm ugly. I can convince myself that I'm fat. I can convince myself that I'm not pretty from my words and how I'm thinking. Why don't you spend time doing it the other way? Convince yourself that you're worthy, capable, talented, smart, you're not too much, your voice matters. Convince yourself of these things. Your mind's going to convince whatever you say, right? So stop freaking minimizing yourself. Stop minimizing yourself. Lean into celebrating who you are. Stop being so humble. Stop being so humble for your friends. Celebrate your friends loudly, right? Like, this is what we need to do in order to break this culture of being too much. So go change the world today. Go change the world today by celebrating wins, celebrating your people's wins, celebrating success. You're not too much. You're not too much. You're not an inconvenience. You're not bothering anybody. You are incredible. I appreciate you being here today. This work is really important for me because every single time that we can have these conversations, it's opening more vulnerability and being able to talk about this with other people. And when I record these podcast episodes, I hope that you listen and start a conversation with someone else. Not about me, right? I hope you start this conversation about feeling small and wanting to push yourself a little further. And I hope that you continue to talk about this because this is how we break down walls. This is how we create massive movement. This is how we achieve dreams together. So go talk about this. Go talk about chasing success. Go talk about making yourself bigger. Go talk about it and have an amazing day. Make sure you share this post, like, subscribe, do all the things. I'm also curious where you're listening from. I know that YouTube is off and on over here with how the videos do. A lot of you are on Apple and Spotify, but let me know where you're listening as well. But I appreciate you. Have an amazing week, a magical month. We're deep in the month of May and get after it. I'll see you guys all next week.